In 2026, the vernal equinox arrives on March 20th, with the exact moment occurring at 1446 UTC, when the sun crosses the celestial equator and astronomical spring begins in the northern hemisphere. Around the equinox, day and night are nearly equal across much of the world, which is why this date has long been treated as a threshold between endings and beginnings. There are dates that pass through the calendar like ordinary footsteps, and then there are dates that feel like a key turning in an invisible lock. The vernal equinox is one of those keys. It does not simply announce spring, it opens a gate. Something ancient lives inside the state. You can feel it even if you do not know the language of the stars. The air changes first, then the body remembers, then the soul begins to stir. The vernal equinox is the moment when darkness and light stand face to face, neither one stronger, neither one weaker, and in that exquisite balance the universe whispers a dangerous, beautiful truth: your life can change faster than you think. This is why so many people feel restless near the equinox. Sleep becomes vivid. Old memories rise like mist from cold ground. Chance meetings begin to feel faded. Desires you buried in winter start knocking from the inside. The heart becomes louder. Intuition becomes sharper. It is not your imagination. This is a cosmic crossing point. A line is being drawn between who you were and who you are ready to become. The real power of the vernal equinox is not only renewal, it is alignment. It is the rare spiritual hour when your inner world and the outer world can finally begin moving in the same direction. What felt delayed can awaken. What felt frozen can thaw. What felt impossible can suddenly find a pulse. This is not passive energy. It is the kind of energy that asks a question and waits for an honest answer. What are you ready to begin, even if it scares you? 3 zodiac signs will feel this equinox more intensely than the others: Aries, Pisces, and Libra. Aries will feel it like lightning in the blood, a personal rebirth, a call to step forward, claim space, and stop apologizing for wanting more. Pisces will experience it like a mystical tide pulling them out of an old dream and into a new destiny. What once confused them will suddenly begin to make emotional sense. Libra will feel the equinox in relationships, mirrors, and choices. A truth about love, balance, or partnership may arrive with breathtaking clarity. But the equinox never belongs to only 3 signs. It belongs to everyone brave enough to meet it awake. So read slowly. Somewhere in these words, spring is already looking for you, Aries. For you, Aries, the vernal equinox is not gentle. It is electric. This is your threshold season. The moment when life begins speaking in your native language again: courage, motion, fire, desire. If the past few months made you feel delayed, overlooked, or spiritually tired, the equinox changes the atmosphere around you. You may suddenly feel as though someone opened a window inside your chest. Energy returns, motivation returns. Even your gaze becomes sharper. This is the time to stop shrinking your instincts to make other people comfortable. A powerful beginning is near, but it will respond only to honesty. Do not say yes to what drains you simply because it is familiar. Around this equinox, your greatest gift is momentum. A new idea, a bold conversation, a fresh appearance, or a daring decision could set the tone for the entire new season. In love, passion grows quickly, but so does impatience. Do not confuse chemistry with destiny. In money and work, initiative brings reward, especially if you stop waiting for permission. The universe is not asking whether you are ready. It is asking whether you are willing, Taurus. The vernal equinox enters your life like a soft but undeniable awakening. Not loud, not chaotic, but powerful in the way roots are powerful when they begin to move underground. For you, this equinox stirs the hidden rooms of the soul. You may become more private than usual, yet far more intuitive. A truth you have been avoiding may begin to glow in the dark until you finally turn and face it. This is not meant to scare you. It is meant to free you. The spring energy is preparing you for a stronger, more visible chapter. But first, it asks for emotional housekeeping. Release stale grudges. Release old guilt. Release the belief that stability requires self-denial. Around the equinox, your dreams may become especially symbolic, and your body may react before your mind understands. Listen, in love, tenderness matters more than dramatic promises. Someone's consistency will tell you more than their poetry. In work, quiet preparation is more valuable now than rushing into public action. Use this period to restore your strength, refine your plans, and protect your peace. Something beautiful is building for you behind the scenes, and the less you force it, the more solid it becomes. Gemini. For Gemini, the vernal equinox feels like a door swinging open into a crowded, glittering future. Messages, invitations, coincidences, and surprising conversations begin circling you like bright birds. This is a social and intellectual awakening, and it can bring exactly the kind of movement your spirit has been craving. If winter made life feel repetitive, spring breaks the spell. People begin noticing you again. Your words carry magnetism. Your ideas travel farther than expected. One introduction could matter more than 10 long efforts from the past. This is a wonderful equinox for networking, collaboration, public speaking, writing, and reconnecting with people who inspire you. But there is also a warning hidden in the excitement. Not every opportunity deserves your energy. Discernment will be your secret power. In love, attraction may spark through conversation, humor, and mental chemistry. Someone may become interested in you because you make them feel alive again. In friendship, your circle may shift, and that is not a loss. It is refinement. In career matters, speak clearly about what you want. The equinox gives you visibility, but you must decide what story you want people to hear. The future approaches you through people now, so choose your connections like spells. Cancer. This equinox touches your ambition, Cancer, and it may surprise even you. Beneath your soft heart lives a fierce instinct for achievement, and during the vernal equinox that instinct wakes up. You may suddenly realize that a role, routine, or professional path no longer reflects the person you are becoming. What once felt safe may now feel too small. This is not recklessness. It is growth pressing against the walls. The universe is inviting you to become more visible, more respected, and more unapologetic about your gifts. Around this time, authority figures may notice you, or you may begin craving recognition you have secretly earned for a long time. Do not hide behind humility when it is time to shine. In love, the challenge is balancing emotional needs with practical responsibilities. Someone may admire your strength more than you realize, especially when you stop pretending everything is easy. In work and money, the equinox can bring an opening, promotion, leadership moment, or a powerful realization about where your future really lives. Let yourself dream bigger. You are not here only to nurture others. You are also here to build something lasting with your own name on it. Leo. For Leo, the vernal equinox arrives like sunrise on a distant golden horizon. It expands you. It calls you beyond the limits of habit, fear, and old disappointment. If you have been living too close to your own walls, spring urges you outward. Travel, study, teaching, publishing, spirituality, and long-range plans are all activated now. You may feel hungry for meaning in a way that is impossible to ignore. Not just attention, not just pleasure, meaning. That hunger is sacred. Follow it. This equinox can bring a powerful realization that your life must become larger, not necessarily louder. A conversation with someone from another background, a spiritual sign, or a sudden longing to change direction may begin opening a new chapter. In love, distance can become important, either literal or emotional. Someone far away may occupy your thoughts, or a current relationship may need more freedom to breathe. In creative work, your fire returns when you connect your talent to purpose. Virgo. The vernal equinox works on you like alchemy, quiet, intense, transformative. While some signs experience this season on the surface, you feel it in the hidden layers where power, trust, desire, fear, and rebirth all live together. This is not a lightweight moment for you. It is a crossing. Something old is ending, and something much more honest is beginning. Around the equinox, you may become deeply aware of what drains you in relationships, finances, or emotional agreements. Where are you overgiving? Where are you carrying what was never yours? Where are you pretending to feel safe instead of actually feeling safe? These questions matter now. The equinox gives you the courage to release unhealthy ties and renegotiate the terms of your life. In love, intimacy becomes more serious. Surface-level attention will not satisfy you. You want devotion, truth, and emotional depth. In money matters, shared resources, debts, contracts, and investments may require focus. What you handle wisely now can strengthen your future. Spiritually, this is a season of shedding skins. Do not fear your own transformation. The version of you emerging this spring is stronger, wiser, and far less willing to settle for half love or half truths. Libra. The vernal equinox arrives like a mirror suddenly polished by light. You begin to see people more clearly, but even more importantly, you begin to see yourself more truthfully inside your relationships. This is one of the signs that will feel the equinox with unusual intensity, because spring does not come to you quietly this year. It comes through love, choices, tension, longing, and revelation. A partnership may deepen quickly, a new attraction may feel strangely faded, or an old emotional pattern may finally become impossible to ignore. The real magic of this equinox for you lies in balance, but not the kind you fake to keep the peace. Real balance, honest balance, mutual effort, mutual care, mutual truth. You are entering a season that asks you to stop performing harmony and start living it. In love, someone may reveal their intentions more openly than expected, and that clarity could either heal your heart or free it. In work and collaboration, alliances matter. The right person can open a powerful door for you now. Scorpio. For Scorpio, the vernal equinox is less about spectacle and more about mastery. It sharpens your instincts, reorganizes your daily world, and quietly returns your power to your own hands. You may feel an almost urgent desire to clean up your life, not only your room, your work, your schedule, or your habits, but your energy itself. What has been draining you becomes obvious. What has been neglected begins calling for attention. This equinox brings healing through order, discipline, and intentional change. Do not underestimate how magical practical improvement can be. For you, this season is a spell woven through routine. A better morning can become a better life. A wiser choice repeated for a few weeks can change your entire spring. In work, your precision becomes your advantage, and people may rely on you more than usual. That can lead to recognition, but only if you avoid carrying everyone else's chaos. In love, you may crave reliability more than intensity now, though the intensity is never far from your nature. Sagittarius, Sagittarius. The vernal equinox enters your life like champagne poured into fire. It is joyful, bold, flirtatious, creative, and impossible to ignore. After a heavy or uncertain season, you begin to feel your spirit returning to its natural rhythm. Laughter comes easier. Desire comes back. Curiosity lights up. This is one of the most romantic and expressive equinoxes for you in recent memory, and it may awaken a part of you that had gone quiet during the colder months. You are meant to be seen now, not hidden. To create, not postpone. To risk delight, not merely end your routine. In love, this can be a thrilling period of attraction, chemistry, and emotional courage. Someone may notice your light in a way that feels exciting and almost cinematic. If you are already involved with someone, spring can restore warmth, passion, and playfulness between you. Capricorn. Capricorn, the vernal equinox, reaches into the deepest parts of your emotional foundation. While others race outward, you may feel drawn inward toward home, family, memory, and the private truths that shape your strength. This is not weakness. It is spiritual maintenance. Spring asks you to reconnect with your roots so your next chapter can grow higher without collapsing. Around this equinox, matters connected to your home life may become more important. You may want to move, renovate, reorganize your space, heal a family relationship, or simply create more peace around yourself. What once felt like a practical concern may turn out to be emotional at its core. In love, your guarded heart softens, but only for what feels real. You are less willing now to entertain anything hollow, performative, or unstable. You want loyalty, comfort, safety, and the kind of emotional presence that does not disappear when life gets difficult. In career matters, progress continues, but the equinox reminds you that success without peace is too expensive. Let your inner world matter as much as your outer achievements. There may also be a beautiful ancestral quality to this season for you, as if wisdom from the past begins guiding you forward. A memory, a dream, or a family story may unexpectedly help you understand your future. Build slowly, build honestly, build from the soul outward. Aquarius. Aquarius, the vernal equinox, wakes up your mind like a sky full of sudden sparks. Messages, ideas, inspiration, movement, and meaningful conversations begin rushing toward you. This is a season of mental awakening, and it can feel as though your inner world suddenly has more color, more speed, and more possibility. What was unclear may become obvious through one sentence, one text, one meeting, one chance discovery. Do not ignore synchronicities now. Information carries unusual power for you this spring. A word overheard at the right moment can become a turning point. In work, writing, speaking, teaching, marketing, studying, and negotiating are especially favored. Your voice has reach, and people may be more influenced by your perspective than you realize. In love, communication becomes everything. Attraction may begin through messages, long conversations, inside jokes, or intellectual fascination before it ever becomes physical. Someone may fall for your mind first and then realize the rest of you is impossible to forget. Siblings, neighbors, short trips, and community ties may also become more important. This is a wonderful equinox for reconnecting with the world around you after feeling detached or emotionally distant. Say what you mean. Send the message. Ask the question. Start the conversation. Spring is placing keys in your mouth now. Use them carefully, because what you say can unlock a brand new season. Pisces. Pisces, you are one of the 3 signs most deeply touched by the vernal equinox in 2026, and you will feel it, not as noise, but as a mystical correction of direction. For months, perhaps longer, you may have been floating between endings and beginnings, between intuition and uncertainty, between hope and emotional exhaustion. But the equinox arrives like a sacred hand on your shoulder. It steadies you. It reminds you who you are. It calls your energy back from all the places where you scattered it trying to save, heal, understand, or wait for what was never truly yours. The special power of this equinox for you is value self-worth, earned reward, embodied confidence, and the end of spiritual leakage. You are learning that softness does not require self-abandonment. In love, this changes everything. You become less hypnotized by fantasy and more attracted to what is calm, real, and emotionally available. That alone can transform your romantic future. In money and work, the equinox can begin a stronger chapter, especially if you stop underestimating your gifts. A talent you dismissed may become profitable. A boundary you set may improve your life immediately. A new sense of worth may attract better opportunities than chasing ever did. This spring, your magic becomes grounded, and once Pisces learns how to combine intuition with self-respect, almost nothing can stop them. And if your life has felt paused, frozen, or dim lately, remember this: spring never asks permission from winter. It arrives when it is time, and perhaps in more ways than one. So will you?